Really nice. Try and get on the top if you can.
There's dragonfly flying around it. On the top if you can. I think my soldiers might know that actually. Might have to go on the top.
Probably approved process by the Maritime Coast Guard Agency. Sorry about that. But we give you a ticket and then we collect it back 100 yards up. It's very complicated. All part of the coach party. Yep. Yeah. All part of the coach party. Do you need our lift, my friend, or are you able to use the stairs? We've got 3 steps. Yep, you'll be alright. Take your time, there's no rush. Using our lift is a bit of a keeper, but good with the kids.
Those dogs are well behaved, aren't
You come back and see us in 2 years, then you will have a life jacket.
Jane's taken to wearing a hairband in her hair now, like a big thick thing. Well, she's had her hair done last week, so she ain't got it on. She goes, some people are saying it suits me.
Yeah, well, we've got 2 inflatable life rafts, and we've got life rings. I feel more confident now. Take 110 people, you've got saving equipment for about 5 times. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you.
Go, sir.
Buddy boom, buddy boom, buddy boom, buddy boom.
The water looks pretty clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, funny fishes in there.
It's supposed to be, but not really.
We're going up top of her.
You ain't going to see a great deal if you go underneath.
No.
Minutes anyway, isn't it? It's not as long as that bus trip was at Liverpool.
I think it's right upstairs, isn't it? Yeah.
It was freezing there, do you remember?
Yeah.
If you want to go up there, guide it to the back of the boat and then
Straight the front there.
You are?
What about the front?
I don't know, these are his bags.
Yeah, one of these, yeah.
Oh yeah, go on then. I don't know which way to sit round.
I don't know.
Oh, see how many more people come. I don't know who's sitting in them chairs, do you?
No, can I sit down here?
Well, yeah.
Isn't he going on?
I don't think so. Yeah. Must have been on about 100 times, I think. Did you know that she did that clicker every time you handed a ticket?
Huh?
She did a clicker.
Yeah.
Tourist information. It's the sports centre, yeah.
Do you do it in downstairs?
Do they? Is it open? I think it's.
Walk past the bar.
Which way's Calais?
No, you've got moved. No, I'm just going to wriggle. There you go.
Yeah, it's 23.
Of course.
Can I please have your attention for the following safety announcement? In the unlikely event of an emergency, you will hear the general emergency signal, which is 7 short blasts on the ship's horn, followed by 1 long blast. Upon hearing this signal, please remain calm, stay where you are, and follow the instructions of the crew. For your information, life rings and life rafts are located on the upper deck, and embarkation to them are from the doors located midships, port and starboard. To ensure everyone has a pleasant trip, we would ask that you turn your phones onto silent mode and refrain from making or receiving calls throughout the cruise. Thank you for listening.
No problem. Some water there. Don't the dogs there.
Yes, of course it is.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Rutland Belle, sailing on Rutland water, one of Europe's largest man-made reservoirs. Our cruise this afternoon will take us out into the main area of the reservoir, firstly out towards the dam, then across to Normanton Church, into the south arm to view the sailing club, before returning here to Whitwell. As we go around, we'll tell you a little bit more about the history of Rutland water and some of the sights that you can see around it. Probably the most important thing I'll tell you though is that the bar is now open. That's located on the lower deck, serving teas, coffees, soft drinks and snacks, a range of wines, beers and spirits, and a selection of locally produced gin and tonics. We also have some limited edition Rutland Belle fridge magnets for you. So if you'd like anything from the bar, Lainey is our crew member this afternoon and she'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a little round turret thing over there, isn't there? See? Oh. I wouldn't mind a cup of coffee. Lisa's happy to help me because I know she's going to go and get it.
Just to give you a brief idea of the history of Rutland water, it was conceived in the mid-1960s when the then Anglian Water Authority forecast a rise in demand for water and, in order to meet that demand, had to build a storage supply reservoir. They looked at a total of between 80 and 90 sites in the region before this one here in Rutland was finally decided upon. There were 2 main reasons for that decision. Firstly, the ground on which the reservoir is constructed is a very heavy clay, which obviously has good water retention qualities. Secondly, the dam they had to build across the valley was not overly large in comparison to the amount of water they could store behind it. Work started on the construction of the dam in 1970 and was completed in 1975.
What's the dam over there?
It then took a further 3 years to fill with water, so by 1978 Rutland Water became operational. Over the next 15 years or so, the demand for water never rose as forecasted, with the result that Rutland Water never met its full potential. That of course has all altered over the last few years. The weather has been very dry, and as a result the demand for water has increased substantially. It may be of interest that the Anglian Water region which extends from the River Humber in the north to the River Thames in the south, is the second driest region in the country, and yet has only had one temporary hosepipe ban. So that gives you a brief introduction to the history of the reservoir, and I will talk to you again when we get a little nearer towards the dam.
The Queen, if it was on his boat. She might have done. Yeah, but she might have been on his boat.
I think it's that way. No, was it?
Out on our left-hand side now is Sykes Lane Leisure Area. At Sykes Lane is the visitor centre and gift shop, the Children's Adventure Playground, a crazy golf course. There's the Rutland Zoo where you can get to see giant insects and exotic reptiles, or you can relax on Rutland Water's very own beach. The monument on the left-hand shore was presented to Anglian Water by the International Arts Foundation
Is the adventure
and is the
Chris?
largest single cast bronze structure in the country.
Look at that structure. There is it. See over the other side of that.
Can you?
Out on our left-hand side now is the dam. Now the dam is constructed of clay taken from two areas within the reservoir. The far side of the dam has a grass slope and this side a stone wave wall. The dam is 2/3 of a mile long, it stands 140 feet high and, being a clay structure, it's about half a mile thick at the base. The small building at the far end of the dam is the main draw-off tower, through which water is abstracted from the reservoir. It is then pumped to the treatment works at Wing, before distribution to the Milton Keynes, Northampton, Peterborough and Lincoln areas. Water is pumped into the reservoir from the River Nene at Wansford and the River Welland at Tinwell through a network of underground pipes. Most of the pumping takes place over the winter period, and the reservoir is usually full in April or May.
So they don't let no sewage into that one. I wouldn't want to drink it, would I? Quite a number of churches around here, isn't there? Hazy, isn't it?
Want to try and get me in that or not? Want to try and get me? No, just, you gotta stand up for it. Hold it.
I'm going to drop it. Which finger? Oh, it's all taking the lens is all dirty.
It's just no, but no.
Them boats up there. Will you do this?
No, I won't do it. I'll go and get it one minute. Don't you want to sit where I am?
Yeah. You want? We'll swap over if you want.
Sitting in those chairs.
It might block his view. You must keep seeing that.
Where people with dogs have to sit.
Or it might be.
Out on our right-hand side, standing in the centre of the reservoir, you will see a tower. Now that is the Limnological Tower. It contains scientific equipment that is used to automatically monitor the quality of water at various depths. The tower itself stands in 110 feet of water, and monitoring takes place at 6 different levels. One of the measurements taken is the oxygen content in the water, and that does tend to vary, especially during the summer. So corrective action has to be taken by injecting compressed air into the water at a low level to aerate it. It's a similar principle to which you would find in a home aquarium, but on a very much larger scale. We are now in an area where there are quite a number of these aeration points, and if you look around, you will see patches of turbulence on the surface, which are caused by the rising streams of air.
I thought it was a big fish.
Yeah. It was like Jaws.
Yeah.
How far have we come then? I can see that trail over there, look. I think. Yeah. You can see the trail of the boat, can't you?
The what?
You can see the trail of the boat, doing a little bit there. Yeah.
It's a campsite. It's a water sport.
Anybody.
As big as that. Hey, yeah. Didn't know it was that deep, did you? 110 feet.
So if you put a glass of water in, you could drink this water.
It gets measured, doesn't it?
Out on our left-hand side now, behind the house with 4 chimneys, is the site of the old Normanton Hall. Normanton Hall was created during the 1700s by Sir Gilbert Heathcote, who retired to Rutland after a distinguished career as a merchant, founder of the Bank of England, and Lord Mayor of London. It was at this time the village of Normanton was demolished and the people rehoused in Empingham. The hall stood until 1925, when the estate was sold and the hall demolished. The stone was taken away and reused to build the property known as the White House at Scraptoft near Leicester. There are, however, 2 buildings that remain. Directly out to our left, in amongst the trees, you will see the old stable block, which has now been converted to the Normanton Park Hotel. The other building, which has become the major landmark of the reservoir, is Normanton Church, just coming up on our left-hand side. The Church of St Matthew was the family church and mausoleum of the Heathcote family. It was deconsecrated in 1970 when the reservoir was first planned, and preserved by the Normanton Tower Trust. It's since become a venue for civil ceremony weddings and concerts.
Craig Liverpool was in there, wasn't it?
Has it got sunk down?
You are.
Look, it's sunk down, has it? You look to your right. What's this? Water.
You can't get it to the bottom. You have to really just get a
There's a lot of water, isn't there?
Out on our left-hand side now is Normanton leisure area. The building on the shore houses a restaurant and a fishing lodge. Rutland Water is one of the country's top trout fisheries, and something in the order of 70,000 fish are released into the reservoir each year. They are a mixture of brown trout and rainbow trout. The young trout are bred in hatcheries, mainly in Devon. They are then brought here by road tanker and released into the reservoir, weighing about 2 pounds and measuring approximately 16 inches in length. The anglers have the choice of fishing from the shores of the reservoir or from one of the 65 dinghies available for hire. Out on our left-hand side now is Rutland Sailing Club. This is one of the largest inland sailing clubs in the country, with approaching 1,000 members and a great variety of craft based there. On the same site as the sailing club is a professional sailing school, where tuition is available for all sorts of craft, from small dinghies to larger cruisers. Also based at the sailing club is a charitable organisation called Rutland Sailability. They have a fleet of specially constructed dinghies that can be sailed by people with disabilities. Stretching away to our left is the south arm of the reservoir. This arm is the larger arm of the two and extends some 5 miles from the dam. Rutland Water is basically a horseshoe shape with a total shoreline length being about 24 miles and the surface area of water approximately 3,100 acres. At the far end of the south arm is a large nature reserve with 2 visitor centres, one at Eggleton, the other at Linden, covering an area of over 1,000 acres. Sanctuaries, being a special protection and a site of special scientific interest, and under the terms of the Ramsar Convention is designated as a globally important wetland. There are regularly in excess of 20,000 waterfowl of up to 40 species. Records show that overall some 250 different species of bird enjoy the water and the attractive woods, meadows and hedgerows that also offer a habitat for a variety of wildflowers and butterflies. Rutland Water is now well known for the Rutland Osprey project. These fish-eating birds of prey had not bred in England for over 150 years, until a specially licensed 6-year programme brought 64 chicks from Scotland to be reared here and released into the wild. The first pair bred successfully in 2001, and now ospreys return to the reservoir every spring after spending their winters in West Africa. The best place to see them is at Linden Visitor Centre on the south shore of the reservoir, or you can book on one of our special osprey cruises. For more information, you are recommended to visit the Birdwatching Centre at Eggleton or the Visitor Centre at Linden.
Someone's going down to get a coffee. Someone's going downstairs to get a coffee. It's a bit dangerous to walk in this way.
What?
A bit dangerous to walk down
Yeah,
there.
he said. It's not that rocky, is it? I don't like you these fall.
Are there birds or something?
Yeah. In there.
Might hear Tarzan in a minute.
That's where it is in my life. This is like having a rest. It's got a nest.
40 minutes, didn't it? Yeah. It's not 5 minutes. Did you cut off? Huh?
I was doing this all day.
I don't know.
Relaxing though, isn't it?
Hmm?
I said it's quite relaxing.
Yeah. Where did you start from, do you know?
She's at a concert.
Which place is that in?
That little brown shack that you can see.
It's not that, is it? Hmm? Yeah, we passed him when we first came out, actually. Yeah, he was there when we came out, so we're not far from the place, though. So I think we were here to the left, don't we, from here?
Yeah.
Did I eat the fish to catch them? Huh? Or we throw them back in? I might come here one day, do some fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm?
Said you don't even own a maggot.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Hmm. Salmon, yeah. He said salmon, I'm sure he did.
We are now returning to Whitwell. In Whitwell Creek is the Rutland Water Sports Centre, where you can launch your own sailing boat or take advantage of hire facilities. The sheltered waters of the creek are ideal for those wishing to learn to sail or windsurf. Rutland Water's latest addition is the Aqua Park, which is the largest park of its type in the UK. Other facilities available at Whitwell are the Harbour Bar Cafe and Restaurant and the Rutland Cycle Hire Centre.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be returning to Whitwell. I'd like to thank you for travelling with us on board the Rutland Belle this afternoon. Hope you've had a good cruise with us, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. Just in the interest of safety, if I could ask you to remain seated until we've got the vessel securely moored alongside and you've been requested to disembark by a member of the crew. I'm also told by your driver if you could make your way directly back to the coach, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're supposed to clap.
I said Roger in that jumper.
You're going to clap now. This is the captain of the ship. This is the captain of your ship. Your heart. Did Roger get on a boat? Is that Roger over there?
I said it's quite a nice journey.
Yeah, it's quite relaxing, really. Quite serene. You can meditate and really. If they have wedding trips in here, I wonder who's confined to downstairs, because you get a few drunk in a wedding party. Well, all of it. It reminds me a bit of Windermere a bit, doesn't it, when you came in? But, but that was more.
Small houses, aren't they?
Just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Right. You'll need to make your way back down into the boat and out the side door, okay? Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. Not too windy. Not too
alright.
Could have been worse.
Good, good.
It's raining.
Yeah.
We'd have all been inside then, wouldn't we? Probably cramped downstairs. It's just a silly question. Those people don't get drunk. Fall over. It's really, really bad. He said we're going to go straight on the coast.
Yeah.
We're going to stop for a drink.
I think he will now.
How long is it then?
He said 40 minutes, so it was 4:45.
But we'll be home by 6ish, won't we?
Yeah.
6. Oh, we knew it wasn't going to be too long. So we can't win another day for this. You're trying to get the bug for it when you start going, don't you?
Yeah.
Been as many places as we normally do, but I suppose it's money, isn't it? Some of the steps are quite steeper than others, aren't they?
Brilliant. Enjoy that. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes, lovely.
I think you've got everybody, Walter.
Yes, thanks so much.
That's all right,
Thanks
no
very
problem.
much indeed.
Hopefully we'll see you again.
Yeah, for sure. See you later. Bye bye.
Now that old pop group called the Ruttles.
Sorry?
That pop group called the Ruttles. No, haven't you?
No.
I thought they came from Rutland.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, they did a parody of the Beatles.
Oh, really?
Like the Monty
Call
Python.
themselves the Ruttles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, never heard of them.
Yeah, no.
No.
Some of their songs sound exactly like the Beatles.
Oh, crikey.
They're almost as good as them as well, really.
Wow.
They changed some of the words, you said.
Yeah. They're completely different songs, but the same sort of 60s feel, you know, yeah. That bloke out of the Bondo, was it Bonzo Dog Doodah band? Neil Lynn.
Yeah.
He was in it.
I bet he hasn't heard of the Bonzo.
I haven't. I haven't.
They did it
On
on
the-
the Urban Space.
On the Urban Spaceman.
The Urban Space.
Yes.
That's it, yeah, well he was like a musical genius in himself.
Yeah.
Neil Lynn. But I just wonder if it, what the Ruttles, was it like a parody of Rutland? Were they from
Oh,
Rutland?
could be. People that come from here are called Rutlanders.
Because they weren't going to call themselves the Rutland Stones, not the Rolling Stones.
We read on the thing that Craig Revel Hawley went on that and got married. So he must have got married in that chapel.
Really?
That's what he was doing, wasn't
So you can get married here?
Yeah, but it wasn't Rosalie.
There's some people still in there?
No. How could they didn't? It became undesecrated. He said it was.
Yeah, but it might
They got rid of them, didn't they?
just throw them away to get rid of him.
Oh yeah, you've done better.
Put that in there so it doesn't drip.
You run up the coast. Yeah? Here's me wondering what you was.
They wanted to sell a headphone.
Don't look, mate, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look.
He's scared of us.
I noticed that when we was crossing that canal on those little bridges. It was quite gingerly.